happening, creatures? Tim Kreitz here, Tim Kreitz Adventures. Today, a very, very special ride. This is something I've been looking forward to doing all year. Today, Clif and I are riding to the Davis Mountains of West Texas. Yes, that's right. West Texas does have mountains, and you're going to see them today. Stick around. So our first stop today on our ride into the Davis Mountains is the small town out here in West Texas of Saragosa. If you're older than, I don't know, maybe 30, you will recognize the name Saragosa, Texas, because this is where one of the worst tornado-related disasters ever happened.
It has been almost 3 months since Saragosa was leveled by a killer tornado. During that time, the survivors have relied on help from the Red Cross, from church groups, and from ordinary people they have never met. I went back to Saragosa to look at life after the storm. In a thunderous instant last May, Saragosa disappeared from the West Texas landscape. Survivors of that tornado that came from the mountain returned to find only the hard, ugly edges of a skeleton of a town. 30 of Saragosa's 200 residents died.
So, I don't know where it is, but somewhere in this town there's a monument to those who died in this tragedy. And we're going to see if we can find it. Ma'am, can you tell me where the Saragosa monument is? Do you not? Okay, thanks. Well, wherever this monument is supposed to be, I'd give up. This looks like something that probably got destroyed in the tornado. The thing that always gets me about these places is that, look at that old television. People just leave things right in place. All right, you ready to keep moving?
Yeah. Right. Make another pass and see if we can find that.
Yeah, go. You want to run back down to the cemetery and see if there's any kind of commemoration or whatever? Okay. Just about the most unusual cemetery I think I've ever seen in my life. I don't see anything in particular. It just looks like a cemetery to me.
Yeah.
So one of the things that caused so many casualties and injuries during this tornado was that it was during the 80s, happened in May of '87, and this little town was almost all Spanish speaking. Also, you have to keep in mind that this was back in the time before the World Wide Web, and they sent out weather warnings, but because there was, it was an isolated community, not very many people were paying attention, and all of the emergency broadcasts were done in English. So by the time the tornado hit that evening, everyone was unaware. It was a bad deal. They were having like a little kindergarten graduation program at the community center, and the community center was completely destroyed by the tornado. In fact, that's where most of the casualties occurred. It was a really, really bad deal. And I remember, you know, I was a teenager, and I remember that they mobilized out of Midland, Odessa, where Clif and I live. They mobilized ham radio operators. They mobilized all kinds of volunteers, the Red Cross, emergency services, and they did a really good job of helping this little community to rebound and rebuild. It was just a real dark time in West Texas history. And we never found the monument that everybody's always talking about. I'm sure we probably rode right by it and just didn't notice it. I always stop right here. It's like a tradition. You know that picture of my bike that's on Facebook this morning from this ride 6 years ago today? This is right where that picture was taken. You can't hear shit.
No.
Now you can. Xerox was sitting right there. So I'll have to try to recreate that picture with my FZ. Here we are in lovely little Fort Davis, Texas. We are going to stop at this country store right up here and get something to drink, and then I think we're going to ride the mountain road out to the observatory. Ojinaga Brain Depository entrance. After 5 p.m. slip brain through slot. The hell?
Dude, you're hard to keep up with up here on that little thing.
Let's see. I got 2 centimeters of room left. That's about as far as I go, man.
Yeah, I got quite a bit more than that.
Although I went a little farther than oh shit right here on this one. I'm better at turning left than turning right though.
Yeah, me too.
I never get tired of coming to this place. Of course, I haven't been in 2 years. Britt and I would make this ride every single year.
Yeah.
But last year we didn't. It's not 11:30. The sundial says it's 11:30. Yeah, I do believe someone needs to adjust the sun.
Yeah, we need to fix that.
The sun needs new batteries.
That's what we need, a sundial with a little crank on it. Tune it up.
Man, check out these views of all the domes they have out here. Have you ever been to a star party here? They are pretty damn cool, I must say. There's always one yahoo in the crowd who wants everybody to know how much he knows about astronomy, and you have to suffer through all that kind of crap.
Oh,
but
of course.
this looks like some kind of ceremonial Jules Verne electrocution device or something.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to turn you into like a superhuman god or something. Isn't that usually the way it works?
Yeah. It either turns you into a superhero or you immediately die of radiation poisoning.
Well, you know.
Man, this is all kinds of open. Oh, look, this is where you turn on the stars at night.
Hey, I don't think it's supposed to be messed with.
I know. It doesn't say not to mess with it. Let me put it back where I found it. There we go. This is a beautiful place. I'm telling you, it's just kind of like we were discussing earlier. If there was any kind of a way whatsoever to make a living in a place like this, I could live here no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I think even where I live is too big for me sometimes.
Well, you know, there's an 800 number. I'm sure they need somebody to empty these trash cans.
Yeah, that'd be a good career move. I'm the janitor at McDonald Observatory. This has been a really fun day. Haven't been down here in a couple of years, as I said before. Look at all the motorcycles, man. A bit of a motorcycle mecca. Well, we're gonna get some fuel, get resituated, and make the 150-mile ride back to the arid plains of West Texas.